All right, we're recording now. Hi. Oh, he's
Hello.
cracking open a brew.
How's it going?
Is that a Michelob?
That's a Mickey. It's a
Oh,
Mickey. That's a fine Mickey Ultra.
oh, what's up, Mickey Ultra?
It's a high quality beverage.
I hope everyone sees the Falcons jersey on the wall, just so we all know. We all know who to
100%.
represent.
You know,
Obviously, it's always a pleasure and an honor when we get the commissioner of our league to get out and see him. So,
feel
hello.
honored. Feel very honored.
I hope you do.
It's like a great privilege to be here.
I'm sure it's a great privilege to be on this weekly review that I happen to be coerced into doing by Camden, and it's gone well. Normally I start at the back end, but we're gonna start with your matchup, 130 to 80 against T. Weiler. He was not wild in this game. Zeke played well. Damian Pierce played well.
Oh, and
Justin
he
Herbert.
he was confident too.
Oh,
We
of
talked. We
course.
talked. We sat down. We had an interview with Tyler on Friday night or Saturday night. I forget
Yeah,
which day it was, but
yeah.
he was very confident in his team's outlook this week, and I was more than happy to deliver him into the mediocrity that is 4-3, right where he belongs. Quite
Right.
frankly, the champ, he's not the champ this year. Okay, this is
Yeah.
exactly where he belongs.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was gonna say no one's gone back to back in this league, and it's not gonna happen this year. What I do want to say though is for Tyler, let me take my glass off so you don't see the ring. Um, we didn't get it. They don't need to know the details, but we didn't get it. So we just didn't get it on Saturday. I thought we were getting something, we didn't get it. So I don't know. I don't know what Tyler you are. We just didn't get it. We didn't get it. All right. He knows what that means, and no one else needs to know what that means. Otherwise, you had a Kyle Pitts who didn't even show up to play, and a Bucks defense who didn't show up to play,
Which is why Kyle Pitts is not on my roster anymore.
and you still got 130. I talked to you obviously before. How do you feel about your team to the masses?
Yeah,
they
they exist. They might
ex-
be tied for first, but they are like a seventh place roster right now, and they need to play like a third place roster.
It is tough when you have Brees Hall out for the year. I mean, he was averaging 14 a game. He had 13 in the
My
game.
man sent me through a range of emotions this year. All right. I traded for him. I wasn't sure about him. He proved every expectation right about what he could be in the NFL. He was a stud, a bona fide baller. I doubled down on him. I didn't trade him when I could have.
Yeah, it would have
And then
been me.
he goes and he does this pussy shit where he blows out his kneecap after getting like a 60-yard touchdown to start the week.
It's
I distraught is the word I would use. He like I don't know what to do without Brees.
well, I mean, because it made it. You didn't just have like at the moment. You didn't just have like two running back ones. You had the number one running back, and then someone who wanted to try to be the number one running back. You like your running back core was so elite with Brian Robinson coming along as a flex. It just made it different. But Timmy, I know we don't like to bash people on here. This is a friendly spot. We're a friendly review. All I have to say is I don't know what your value of T. Higgins is, because I personally view T. Higgins and Christian Kirk about the same. They're both Christian Kirk's the number one in a not as great offense, and Higgins is the number two in a really good offense. They kind of can equate to the same. And then you threw Najee in. So as you tried to sell me on Najee for Joe Mixon, a guy who averages 8+ a game, I guess. I don't know why you threw him in. I like the trade to get Jalen Waddle. I do, Timmy. I'm not bashing you. We'll go to your game next, but I like the trade for Jalen Waddle. I think you recorrected that, but I don't, I didn't understand it. That's my personal opinion. Iris, Iris,
I got offered the trade and I didn't understand it. I was like, yeah, let's make it happen. And he was driving and I was like, are we making this trade happen or what? Like, let's make this happen. Let's go. Let's go.
we're
And he
not.
sent it through. I was like, boom, done.
We're,
Okay.
no, we're not. No take backsies. Like
We're
absolutely.
chilling. We're chilling.
And worst game of the week, we had Camden at winning 79.65 to Timmy 62.55. Timmy had Chua and Saquon. Michael Gallup and Mark Andrews combined for 0.4. Najee had his guaranteed 8 like he always does, but his team was a no-show. Juju on his bench played well. He plays Juju, he wins, but that's okay. Who would play Juju? I mean, over Michael Gallup, maybe. And then Camden on the other side, Amon Ra got it raw. I have no idea, but he was raw on the bench. He played terrible. Debo didn't do anything against the Chiefs. Derrick Henry good. Jonathan Taylor's been all year. Dak first game back. Aaron Jones played well. That's good. And the 49ers defense did worse than Ira and I did watching the game. But oh my goodness. That game going forward, Timmy, I'm a little worried about you, but let's hope you're playing out. Obviously, Saquon, but I'm a little worried. I don't know how you feel about Timmy, Ira. You can we're a friendly review here, so we don't like to take shots, but
I don't understand. I'm trying to understand his team. And I've been trying for like a few weeks now, but like I don't get it. Like you played Michael Gallup this week, and like what has he done to show you that like he's worth starting this week or any week? He hasn't done anything. Quite frankly, Noah Brown would have been a better play than Michael Gallup. Ask one of the 5 Cowboys fans in the league, they probably would have told you that. Michael Gallup's done next to nothing since he came back.
Yeah.
He's still rehabbing.
The one thing he can't foresee is Mark Andrews having 0.4 point. Like,
yeah, that's just unfortunate. He doesn't really do that very often.
Shout out to Curtis. That's an unfortunate situation there. Yeah. But moving forward, hey, he's got receivers and he's got T. Higgins and he's got Jalen Waddle now. I like that. Saquon,
yeah, it's a good tandem.
I was gonna say Saquon and Gus Edwards and Latavius Murray and Darrell Henderson. Hopefully, Darrell Henderson can pan out after this bye. Hopefully, they figured out their offensive line.
Hopefully, they traded Cam Akers for my sake and he's starting on another team.
Obviously, your tight end's perfectly fine. Quarterback, you traded Jalen Hurts. You got pieces. I think the quarterback trade wasn't actually a terrible trade for you at all.
Tua's big time this year.
Yeah, Tua's been great, and then Kyler Murray's been great too. So moving forward, I would love to have Timmy on next week. So Timmy, this is my PSA to you. Public service announcement. Can we get Timmy on next week, everybody? We need him here. Thursday. I don't have to work next Thursday, so we'll get him on for Thursday because I don't want him to feel like he's attacked. I don't want him to. This is a friendly place, and we do like you, Timmy. Everyone in this league likes you, regardless if they get annoyed. Everyone in this league likes you at some point in time. Anyways, moving on to Joey. Joey beat up, put it in a little born again virgin. Just such a hilarious name.
That's a great name.
That is like one of the best names. Mahomes and Austin Eckler, who Joey doesn't have this week, which would be a little interesting, but they balled out. Kittle balled out. The Dallas defense balled out, and that's all he needed, really. Other than that, James Robinson put up a goose egg, but him going to Philly will be interesting. Other side,
Philly.
Sorry. I was Philly.
The Jets. He went to the Jets.
Sorry, I was just thinking the green and white. I was just thinking. Also, Philly got Robert Quinn for their defense, which I'm excited.
Which scares the shit out of me as a Cowboy fan. They didn't need him.
Hey, they didn't need him.
We go get Jonathan Hankins and they get Robert Quinn. Like,
oh man, Jared's running back core is scary. Kenneth Walker's been something
disgusting.
Else. ETN now without James Robinson is going to be fake, and he has Dalvin Cook. That's gross.
I forgot he has Dalvin Cook just on a bye week casually, and Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs
sneakily got Odell stashed if he gets signed by a team. Like that's
Jared's problem is his second receiver. Terry McLaurin's been all year long, and then he has Curtis Samuel and Alan Lazard. His second receiver is the one thing on this team where you're like,
He's also one of the few teams that has 2 starting tight ends.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If I was him, I would probably try and move one of them because it's a hot commodity.
Yeah, if you could get a solid second tight end or
a better receiver for like Zach Ertz or something, because I think you'd probably want to keep Hawkinson out of the 2. I don't really know what he likes better, but
a second receiver for Jared would be big time.
Yeah.
Joey, your receivers are tough only because if they're just
No,
not happy.
wait. Here. Let me answer this question for you. Since I had all three of those receivers on my roster this year at one point or another,
You did actually.
you got to get better at receiver, Joey. That they're not it. They're not. They're not it. They just aren't. Like package DK and Amari, go get someone solid that can actually get you, because you have two boomer bust wide receivers in DK Metcalf and Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper either has one catch for 10 yards or 9 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown. There's no in between. There's no middle ground. That's what he does. DK Metcalf, you can look at what he did the first 3 weeks on my team. He had like 1.5 fantasy point each week or 3 points, like whatever he did. I don't even remember because it was so unmemorable. He's terrible. Like, quite literally, he's either going to get you 150 yards and a touchdown or 30 yards. There's no in between.
Yeah, no, he's in very tough situation with his wide receiving core. So
Terrible.
I was gonna say if he can fix that up, he'll be fine because his cowboy kicker, his defense kicker is disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Quarterback's obviously disgusting. Running back, if James Robinson can be something, that's going to be good.
Kittle's going to be fine with that offense now with Christian McCaffrey to kind of take some of that attention to the run game. And now you're going to have Jimmy G turning it loose a little bit. Both Ayuk and Kittle are going to actually put up numbers this year.
It's really just
going forward.
Really a nervous receiving core. We have Justin, who got better. I understand he got rid of Waddle, but he still had Gabe Davis. And now
Justin's team was loaded. Like, it was already loaded.
As I say, regular season Justin's a thing now.
Yeah.
Last year he did this thing. Regular season Justin's a thing. Actually, I'm going to say it right now, Justin. I hope you're watching this.
He's the Dallas Cowboys.
The clock's ticking now. You're in my position. I won a championship. We've only had one Turfist person was won twice. It's Camden and his Eli Manning self. Everyone else has only won once. I understand that there have been years that I have underachieved for sure, but I got the monkey off my back. I like Andy Reid did, and he won a Super Bowl. Now, no one says anything about Andy Reid because it's Andy Reid. You've been in this league for a while, Justin. You've had some teams. You've made it. It's time. It is time for you. Last year should have been that year, but this is now time for you to go win, and we're putting you on the hot seat. You can't get kicked out of the league or anything. It's not like we can fire you.
He's the scariest threat to my championship run.
It's time. Figure it out, Justin. You got Jalen Hurts now. You still have Chase. You got Kamara. Tony Pollard as a flex is nice. Gabe Davis is good. You got the Bills defense. You got the pieces.
You just picked up Kyle Pitts to replace David.
I was say for the week, David Njoku's been very good. DeAndre Swift's coming back. What else do you need? You got it. Go win. That's my PSA. That's my PSA.
No excuses. No excuses. No explanations.
Go get a sip.
Get a sip.
He played Joe.
The Ian Denzio comes. Oh, I love it.
And then he played Joe, and Lamar he's been lackluster. Joe's committee of decent to good running backs shine again. You got Montgomery, Dante Foreman, Eno Benjamin, Devin Singletary, Miles Sanders, Khalil Herbert. He has just a bunch of J.K. Dobbins, Cordero Patterson. He has obviously they're injured, but a bunch of running backs that are not high. They have a decently high ceiling and a decently low floor. They're just all like B plus to B minus ish.
His whole team was on a bye this week.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Like Cooper Kupp, AJ Brown, Devin Singletary, Miles Sanders, Tyler Higbee, Matt Stafford, all on a bye week.
Yeah, like say he had 4 legitimate starters on a bye this week. He still managed to almost pull out the game, so good for him.
Yeah, game plan.
Going forward, he needs Lamar to play better. Going forward, he needs to make sure he picks the right running backs, but he's in a must-win spot, obviously, as all 2 and 5, and Timmy is 3 and 4. Really, everyone's in a must-win spot because this league's ever-changing. And last but not least, we've got me versus Austin. Austin, I'm sorry that the Bears didn't run for it on 4th and 1 and they kneeled the ball and you lost the game.
That's rough, dude. Like, that is fucking tough. I can speak to Austin's emotions right now. Like, I'd be in a dark place if I was Austin right
Oh
now.
man.
Should be 3-4. Should have had you knocked back down to 3-4. Would have made the league even more interesting if he would have pulled that off.
3 and 4 teams, but I'm still on a hot streak. I started off the year 0-3, boys. I wanted to be 3-3 by the time D Hop came back, and we're here. We're missing.
Actually, we both started 0-2. And we are like sitting in the driver's seat.
I didn't know you won 5 in a row.
I'm on 5 in a row. I was 0-2 to start.
I'm 0-3. Yeah, because you beat me.
Because Justin scored $140 against me, and I scored $117 that week and lost. So like, I should be 6-1. Logically speaking, I should be 6-1 if I didn't play Justin.
Yeah, you beat me, and then you started your streak, and then after that, I was like, I can't keep losing. But I love my running backs and Mixon and Ramondre. They've been balling. D Hop and Mike Evans. I love that. Obviously, we got Travis Kelce. With Mike Williams being injured, they have a bye this week. We're hoping next week Keenan Allen doesn't play like Keenan Warner anymore on an NFL football field and can play like Keenan Allen again. Because if that's the case, between him, Chris Olave, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
I love your team. Fun. I love your roster.
I appreciate that.
It's very clean. I swear to God, if you ever offer me Derek Carr and whoever for Joe Burrow, like, I'm just gonna give you my prodigal son. Like, Joe Burrow is my son. Okay, he's going to stay on this roster forever.
Of course, he's gonna stay on the roster.
My God, what was it? It was Derek Carr
it was Derek Carr, and I think I threw in.
I think it was Mike Evans or something. It was like Derek Carr and Mike Evans for Joe Burrow. No, he scores like 30 plus a week. Okay. No, I have no backup quarterback. You think I want Derek Gore as my quarterback? No, look at him. Look at him. He's got his highest point total has been 26.
No,
Joe doubled that this week. He doubled it. Scored 50.
I just threw it at him. I thought I was supposed
to at least put like Tom Brady, Mike Evans, so then it's a stack, and then maybe I'm like, maybe like that could be productive.
You wouldn't have taken it regardless anyways.
No, why would I? That's ridiculous.
Anyway, so Austin,
number 3 quarterback in fantasy. It's a premium on quarterbacks.
I know. Austin this week was tough without Justin Jefferson. That hurts always. This week going into it now, I mean, Josh Jacobs blew up. Josh Jacobs has been
disgusting
these last 4 weeks or 3 weeks. He's been gross.
When I traded Derrick Henry, one of the other offers, I don't know if you remember the other offer I had that I was considering, was Josh Jacobs and Deontay Johnson for Derrick Henry. I could have taken either trade, and in hindsight now,
that
might have been the play.
That one would have been the better one now.
But 3 weeks ago, no, I made the right decision.
And even through the 3 weeks, even though Josh Jacobs has been blowing up, you still had T. Higgins and you had Breece Hall, who's also been blowing up. So it's not like it didn't really hurt you at all.
And Deontay Johnson has been forgettable.
Yeah, at best. But Austin's in a must win, but his team's fine. The thing with him is, as long as Kirk Cousins can be human and play well, Leonard Fournette's not going to have a bad week, like 2.6 again. They use him way too much, even in the past game. His wide receiving core, obviously, with Jefferson and Adams, perfectly fine. It's really
the question is it better to be good or lucky? Because I'm going to tell you right now, although I have the 3rd highest points scored, I have the lowest points against. I've been very lucky. Every team I faced, with the exception of Justin, has underperformed against me.
Yeah, and
my team has overperformed against them.
Yeah, and like me this year, I have a winning record at 4-3, and I've only scored 654 points, and I've given up 729.
Yeah, you have a losing records point total.
Yeah, again, my point differential isn't good by any means, but we're 2-0 in the division. Oh, we do well at home. We suck on the road because they show home and away.
Well, actually, it's kind of wild. Tyler's also 4-3. He has more points against than points for.
Oh my god, this must be this
It's,
must feel so bad for some teams. Like, damn.
yeah, like there's a few games where like luck does play in fantasy. As good as your team can be, it comes down to luck at the end of the day.
Of course.
Like there's nothing you can do about it.
Justin, right now, as of right now, it'd be between you would probably get it if the league stopped today because of your points for the best. Actually, maybe Justin would have got it for the overall, but at the same time, you guys would be in the best manager of the year conversation between you and Justin right now. But that's the week. This upcoming week is going to be phenomenal. I'm just going to read off. Obviously, I'll send the picture to the chat so you guys can break it down. But this week, Justin's 1, Jared is 2, Ira is 3, I am 4, Joey is 5, Tyler is 6, Timmy 7, Austin 8, Joe 9, Camden 10.
I think Timmy and Austin should be switched. The logic in my head can't have Austin's team lower than Timmy's, but I get it because the criteria.
No, the thing is Tom, like when you just go by pure roster points, Austin is better. It's just the fact
Timmy might be last on that list if you go by pure roster points.
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, but, but it's just it's literally what it comes down to. Legitimately, is the fact that Austin's record's 2-5 because at some as I said, the record
matters. It
does
matter.
matter. Like you being 3 games below 500 and being 1 game below 500 makes a complete difference.
Yeah.
So that's really what it comes down to, and that's why Justin at 5-2 plus also having a really good roster is obvious has just become the top, and Ira would be higher, but Breece Hall went out for the year. I don't take it away. I don't take people away for a couple weeks because like obviously they're still there, but obviously for something like a year long.
I'm so sad that Breece is gone. My life just feels incomplete without him. He was my one bright light, my star.
I don't want to wait.
He's just gone now.
Over.
Yeah, that song was just playing in the background when I read the news that he was carted off. Just sitting there drinking a beer, a tear just rolls down my face.
You're like, wait a second.
I don't want to wait for Breece Hall to get healthy.
You're just sitting here like, wait a second, what's going on?
Sick.
Oh my goodness gracious! Every time the commish is on, man.
Yeah.
ever since 8th grade, we've been balling.
Been boogieing.
All right, but to end the week, pretty much, I go into a trap game match against Camden, formerly known as I'm Better Than Keenan. He's been actively known throughout the entirety of our league as having a rivalry with me. Camden and I have a legitimate rivalry here. I'm scared. I'm legitimately scared. His roster and his matchups this week are great. I need Tom and Mike Evans to ball tonight.
You need 3 touchdowns from Mike Evans.
I need a 3 touchdown game from Tom, and I would be fine, honestly, with 100 and at least 1 touchdown from Mike Evans. He should have got it last week, but
you need overkill. Like a lot of the weeks where like I'm like, man, I want my guys to score another touchdown. I don't really need it. You need the overkill. You need Tom Brady to have like a Joe Burrow game this week where he has 4 touchdowns, 300 yards, no turnovers.
And hey, Mike Evans, just quick thing. This
that was
doesn't
cool.
work.
That was cool.
This
when he dropped that
doesn't work. Catch it. That was a beautiful catch it. This? What is this? What are you juggling?
So bad when I watched that because it did like the cut to the game. Like I was watching the Cowboys game and it cut to that game and showed that, and I was like, I didn't trade for him. I'm so happy. And then Breece Hall got hurt. I was so sad.
Oh man, so I'm nervous this week. We've got a 2-5 Joe versus a 3-4 Timmy. This game could either get Joe back into it and push Timmy a little far back, or Timmy can do the Steph Curry night to Joe, because if he's 2-6 with how those leagues moving, can kind of kiss it goodbye unless he legit.
2-6, your season's over.
You
I
have
don't want to say it's definitively over because you could technically run the table and get to 7-6 and maybe in this league have a chance. But I think at 2-6, you're done.
you
Because
can
one loss, it's over.
yes, you can't 7 losses immediately put you out of the playoffs. And right now in this league, how this year is, you can't get to 7 losses.
No.
So that's a must win for Joe, and obviously a slight must win for Timmy. You got you versus Austin,
That's a
which
must win for Austin.
must win for Austin.
He's projected to win by 3.3, so
And
it'll be close.
a must win for Austin and a nervous one for you. Because it's like if you can, and you obviously if you can get to 6-2, you're almost like locked in.
If you get to 6-2, like you need one win and you're in.
You
And the odds of my team, like with what it is, not winning one more game the rest of the year, especially my next opponents are Timmy and Camden. The odds of me not winning one game are pretty slim.
Yeah, if you get to 7 wins, you'll feel okay because then you can get to 8-5. You get to 8-5, and you're definitely cooking and looking at the playoff team.
7-6, you're probably in. 8-5, you're definitely in.
Yeah. And then if you're not in at 8-5, that just means that we've had a couple teams turn up. We've got one team's going to be 5-3 at the end of this week between Jared and Tyler.
That's a great matchup.
It is a really great matchup. I am hopeful that Jared wins because I would love to be.
I'd love for our champion to be Buns and just be at the bottom. I want him to be in the last place bracket this year.
I would absolutely love if I can get to 5-3 and then Tyler gets to 4-4 and I have a sole hold over the division. I would love that. And then last but not least, we got Justin versus Joey. We got the Wade Bowl.
That's a big game.
That is a huge game.
Because Joey is the highest scoring team in this league. If any team could come at all but Pat Mahomes is out this week.
And no Austin Eckler.
And no Austin Eckler. This is tough for Joey.
If
Joey is not going to win this game. I'm just telling you right now, looking at his, he is not going to win this game.
His lineup is Andy Dalton, James Conner, Tyler Algier, DK Metcalf, who might not play, Amari Cooper, George Kittle is his saving grace, the Adam Thielen, the Cowboys defense, and Daniel Carlson. What needs to happen for him is the Cowboys defense needs 2 touchdowns against that Bears team. Daniel Carlson needs to kick 5 field goals. George Kittle needs to have that game he did a couple years ago when he almost went for 200 in the first half, yards-wise. And then the rest of his team just needs to do okay. That's what he needs.
But hear me out, though. Like, DeAndre Swift is back for Justin. He's got Jalen Hurts at quarterback, which is an upgrade from what he had in Kyler Murray.
Playing Pittsburgh.
Then you got Alvin Kamara solid. Jamar Chase has been on a different level the last 2 weeks. On a different level. So is Joe Burrow. That offense has been humming. Gabe Davis, he doesn't need to do that much. You know why? Tony Pollard might be the only running back healthy in Dallas this week. Yep. Zeke might sit this game. And if Zeke sits this game, Tony Pollard is going to have 15 fantasy points. I can guarantee you that. I'm going to guarantee you that right now.
And also, for Gabe Davis's sake, Jair Alexander's a really, really good corner. Stephon Diggs is a really, really good receiver. That's will see each other. He's got Eric Stokes on him because Rasul Douglas
is going to get a touchdown in this game.
Gabe Davis is going to be the target this game. Mm-hmm. This is if Joey pulls this one off, whoa.
It's a rabbit out of a hat if he makes it happen.
If Joey pulls this one off,
he has Andy Dalton at quarterback.
He has a starting lineup in. He's projected for 90. He's projected to lose by 20. He has his whole his starting lineup is in currently, and he's projected to win by 20. Or Justin is. If he wins, good. Oh my goodness. Good luck to you, Joey, because that is tough.
The thing that would have to happen is like Swift would have to like re-aggravate his injury and get knocked out, and like Kamara would have to have one of those meh Kamara games where he gets like 8 points, and Jamar Chase would have to be like the guy who gets blanketed, and
James Conner's got to get 2 rushing touchdowns. Metcalf
garbage touchdown. Same with Tyler Algier. He's just got to get like a garbage touchdown. Like
it's whatever happens. This game is going to be interesting.
Realistically, Joey's 4-4, Justin's 6-2. We could just chalk it up right
I was
now.
going to say
I'm
realistically,
pretty confident that that's going to happen.
and Joey, I want you to clip this part exactly if you win. I want you to watch this and just.
Oh yeah, I want you to like remember the timestamps of this video, and I want you to bring it back. I want you to send it to me and Keenan with the timestamp. If we're wrong,
I'll own it.
I'll own it, but I don't think you're gonna win this game.
I have to come back next week. I will own it.
I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna. This is rough. It's not looking good.
Joey's not winning this week. I'm gonna flatly put it there.
I'm guaranteeing a win for Justin. I'm guaranteeing a win for Justin.
I would the over under on this, like Justin would be like minus 480, which is crazy. So
yeah,
he would be like
this
week. Andy Dalton's your starting quarterback. You're not gonna win, Joey. I'm sorry, but there are two things before we get out of here that I wanted to ask you. I know I brought it up, I believe, with Joey, Austin, and I have talked about it. Would you be fine in starting next year to have 6 playoff teams instead of 4? Or do you enjoy having 4? Responsibly.
I think if you add 6 teams, like make 6 teams in the playoffs, and like, because hear me out, those middle games, the 5 and the 6 seed, they don't fucking matter. You're not doing anything in that game. Like there's the last place playoff bracket, they're playing for last place.
Mm-hmm.
There's a playoff bracket, they're playing for the championship, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of those 2 brackets, what are the 5 and the 6 seed playing for?
Yeah, no, I get what
nothing. They literally are not playing. They have no risk of finishing last. They have no chance to finish first. They're just kind of in the middle there. So, although it would make the playoffs a bit more easily obtainable and kind of, in a way, cheapen some of the previous seasons people have had, because there's been years where, like, as you know, I went through it with you the other day. My team went 6-7, was 1 slot away from the playoffs. Maybe I win another championship, maybe not, whatever. But like either way, there's chances where I would have had the playoffs that I now would be able to get in.
Yes. Hold on half a second. Hold on.
Unprepared as always. This is what we deal with on a weekly basis, guys.
It's all live too, which is beautiful.
Just so you know, like this
all live too, which
this is regular. This is every week we get to deal with this kind of shenanigans on the microphone.
My headphones at the end wanted to die.
Are those AA batteries?
Then I just had to go get these guys.
My God, man.
What?
Get a wired headset. What is wrong with you? Oh, hurt my soul.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, as I was saying, there has been teams in this league that have, like, we had like year 1 of this league. I went 6-1 and won the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a year where I went 6-7 and finished last place.
Yes.
Like, what I'm saying is, there's a few of those teams in the middle who maybe might have a chance at a championship if they get the chance to play in that playoff function. So I think having 6 teams would only be good for this league.
I agree. Especially
it invites more competition when you get to the end. It's less about, because some, like, you got to think, like, we have situations like this year. You have like Camden, whose team is 2-5. He goes on a run and finishes 7-6. He is one of the best teams in this league, top to bottom. And he's going to sit out the playoffs and watch my team that's injury riddled and probably shouldn't be there because all of its star players are gone, make the playoffs and potentially win it all because he wasn't there. He could have scored higher in those last 2 weeks than me. And he would have beat me. So it's like,
I like it. I honestly like going to 6. If not 6 and people don't like it, I wouldn't mind going to 5 and giving the first one a bye and then having playing for that. I wouldn't mind doing either one of those. But
the other reason I love 6 is there's been talks about how can we get Shannon into this league.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe go to a 12-team league eventually if we decide that's what we wanted to do. There'll be a vote on that next year, by the way.
Okay.
Get your thoughts in line for that now, guys.
That the 12-team league vote will happen way before draft night, obviously. Because
Obviously, it would happen at the end of the season,
and
probably.
12 happens, and we have to move it in. But those are a couple of things that we could definitely vote on.
But if you go to 12 teams, it makes a lot more sense to have 6 teams in the playoffs than have 4.
Oh, for sure, 100% there. So that was the question there, and I don't know. I thought I had something else, but I don't think I have anything else.
It's okay.
Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing, Keen? You had something.
You've been very, very unprepared today, and it's very unbecoming of you, but it's okay.
Well, here's the thing. My headphones died. I had to work later than I had to.
These are all excuses that are not acceptable.
No, I'm just explaining.
You are the league review guy, okay? This is your job. This is your job. You need to take it more seriously.
I'm just the
Quite frankly, I'm disappointed in you.
You're disappointed. People are going to enjoy this one. They're going to laugh more now than they ever have.
Oh, they're going to enjoy this one because it has the best personality. They have the 2 best personalities in the league on this one.
You got the boys back together.
I mean, no offense, you had Joey on last week. Anyway,
Joey's a great guy. Come on, don't do that to him.
Joey's a great guy. Joey's terrific.
That's it. So you're 5-2.
Yeah.
Tyler's 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Jared's
He's my bitch. He's my bitch now because I beat him.
Yeah, I know. Jared's 4-3.
Yep.
Joey's 4-3. I'm 4-3.
Yeah.
Obviously, Austin was here too, but he's 2-5, so he's not in this conversation. There's a chance that the 4 true pillars could all be in the playoffs for like the first time ever. Since
you're talking like me, you, Tyler, Joey.
Because there's me, you, Tyler, Joey, Jared, and then Austin have been the 6 people in this league since day 1.
So you're saying there's a chance that at least
4 of us are in it.
Since first time since year 1 that would have happened.
That all 4 of the pillars of our league,
the originals, the original Avengers are going to get together, and it's going to be a big thing.
And if I was going to say, and also if it's between me, you, Jared, Tyler, and Joey, that's our graduating class.
Yeah, that'd be pretty big.
That's the 2015 graduating class.
You also got to look at it if that happens. Has Joey won a championship yet?
Joey hasn't won one. Justin hasn't won one. Timmy hasn't won one.
Those are the 3 that haven't won. So if you have me, you, and Jared in, that's the chance for each one of us to get our second championship, unless Joey gets his first. And Tyler, yeah.
So if you had me, you, Jared, and Tyler, we would all have a chance to get him.
That could happen, but Justin's gonna not be. Justin's gonna be in. He's gonna be in.
Justin will be in, so it probably won't happen. But
if you had the 2 Wades, and then like me and you, or me and Tyler, or me and Jared, or Jared and whoever, or just like any combination, you're either having a repeat in championship, or you're having 2 new guys who have never won it before. So either way, the parity's great for this league.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
I love it. It's great.
All right, Ira. It's been a pleasure. I really thank you for coming on. You are an amazing guy. Thank you for being the commissioner of our league.
It's been a thrilling experience, to say it lightly. Thrilling. This is how I want to spend my Thursday afternoon.
Of course, talking football with your buds. Guys.
Yeah, terrific.
Week 7 review.
Tyler, you're my bitch.
See you guys later.